Recently, in advance of the Chicago Auto Show, Toyota revealed for the first time its all-new Grand Highlander, a three-row SUV designed to be larger than the traditional Highlander. Prior to its Canadian premiere at the Canadian International Autoshow in Toronto, Toyota Canada invited journalists to see it at a special event, and it's there where I had a chance to record a first walk-around of the vehicle with a product specialist from Toyota Canada.
Hey, my name is Andrew Tankard. I am a regional training manager actually for Toyota University, and I'm going to take you around the Grand Highlander today.
All right, let's take a look. What do we have? Tell me about it.
So this is a 2024 model year Grand Highlander Platinum, right?
Okay.
So with this particular grade, what's special about it is actually the unique powertrain that it has. So for 2024 Grand Highlander, we're introducing the Hybrid Max powertrain.
Hybrid Max, is that anything similar to what we see in the Tundra or the Sequoia?
Similar idea, right?
Yep.
So the difference being in the Grand Highlander, you don't actually have a drive shaft that connects the engine to the rear wheels. You actually have an independent electrical rear motor, a high-powered rear motor that is water-cooled, giving you that extra performance out of the rear end. Yeah.
So it's not like a dual system, or it is a dual system hybrid, is it? Or
so it does work similarly to how you would conventionally think about a Toyota hybrid. So it just still does have an electric motor up front, but you have a much more powerful rear motor.
Okay.
Right?
And so it's like an all-wheel drive system.
It is an all-wheel drive system, yeah.
But the rear is powered differently.
So the rear, it's called e-axle. Right?
Okay.
So it's just a larger, way more powerful rear electric motor, giving you obviously more horsepower, more torque, up to 400 pound-feet of torque. Right?
What's the horsepower and torque?
362.
And that's on that particular powertrain. There's
That
other
is.
Powertrains, right?
Right. There's 3 powertrains available. So this is our top of the line, right? So we also have your standard gas model, which is a 2.4 turbo, right?
Okay.
Making 242 horsepower.
Okay.
And then you have your hybrid system, right?
Okay.
Which,
so, go ahead, sorry.
A standard Toyota hybrid system, right? Which, like on your Highlander or your RAV4, right? So that is also available. So you actually have three powertrains in total.
So now how is this? This is a larger, it is a 3-row vehicle, but so was the Highlander. How is this different?
So the Highlander itself, in terms of third-row dimensions, is on the smaller side for this segment, right?
Yes, it is.
So what we found was that there's an opportunity here for actually introducing a larger third-row version of the Highlander.
Okay.
To be able to accommodate those who really want to use the third row more as a third row rather than just an occasional use, right?
So
it's a much
higher elevation. It's more for adults, or?
For sure. So full-size adults, you would have no problem getting in and out, being comfortable in the rear. You have more headroom, and basically competing with the top in the class with legroom as well.
I can see right away that the floor, a lot of the griping of some of the original Highlander is like, you know, if you're an adult, your knees are in your chin, in your chest, and this looks like it's a little fuller. So
you definitely have a more comfortable seating position. Yeah, you have a lot more space to spread out in terms of your leg room, your headroom, right? So comparable to the best in the class for sure, as far as that goes.
This would, I mean, is there a comparable competitor? Who would be making this matched up against?
So with the kind of the bigger 3-row SUVs in the mid-size SUV segment, so you have your Tellurides, your Palisades.
Right. Okay.
Atlas is also a bigger 3-row.
Yep.
Even the new kind of Grand Cherokee L is a bigger 3-row.
Yeah, except it's a crummy third row too. All right, and so I guess the dimensions are larger as well. We're talking
every dimension versus the Highlander is bigger.
Okay.
Right? So you're talking wheelbase bigger, 100 millimeters bigger, overall 160 millimeters longer, and about 60 millimeters wider. Just to give you a reference point. So it is bigger in every dimension, including height too. It's actually a little bit taller.
Yeah, this looks it's about 6'2" or so. It's
a bit taller than your Highlander too.
Yeah. And then that would be a long wheelbase to be more cargo space in the third. That's always a challenge when you put a third row up. There's not a lot of room to put anything, right?
Right. It is significantly bigger.
Yeah.
In terms of cargo with the third row up, right?
Okay.
So no longer to fit like a decent size amount of cargo or even luggage.
Yeah.
You can fit up to even 7 carry-ons, as you saw probably in the presentation earlier.
Right.
Even with the third row being fully up, right?
Okay. What's it look like? You want to get behind the wheel and just take a look at the front?
Sure.
Can we do that?
Let's take
All
a
right.
look,
Yeah, let's do it.
I guess one of the questions too, when you compare in terms of the nameplate too, Highlander.
Yep.
Is it simply a bigger Highlander? No. Well, I mean, it's a completely unique design, right? Completely unique interior for a Grand Highlander, right? So you have like a unique console design. You'll see a lot of unique trim elements, even material use.
So this is a 12-inch, I think. We got a
12-inch screen, so equipped with Toyota multimedia system.
Right.
Which gives you any Toyota vehicle equipped with Toyota multimedia gets standard wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, right? So wireless version.
Which once upon a time, those Android Auto people were not very happy about Toyota vehicles. It's glad to see that standard now.
Yeah. So no matter what grade you get that. There's only one screen size option actually in Grand Highlander. So,
okay, because that's always a lower trim. You get something more basic.
Yep. So you get the same screen size. Obviously, you get JBL on higher grades, but that is unique to this.
And the transmission?
So actually, this one is a 6-speed transmission. So you get more of a conventional transmission with the Hybrid Max as well.
Right. Okay.
Versus probably what you'd experience with like a Toyota hybrid system, a standard Toyota hybrid system.
Now, the way this system is a hybrid, would it ever run on battery only?
It does.
It does. Okay.
Still. Yeah. We don't. So it doesn't have, say, for example, a plug-in hybrid where it have a rated EV range. It doesn't have that.
No, but there will be in low yield moment,
right?
Yeah.
In low speed or even cruising situations or downhills, especially in traffic, you're going to have that benefit of having the gas motor actually shut off, right? So you have that fuel savings still with the Hybrid Max. Yep. Yeah,
all right.
For sure.
And I see we're into USB-C here now, and connectivity and ports. Families, I should probably ask about families. I mean, in terms of convenience, we're talking second and third row, any conveniences for family hauling?
Sure. So you have 7 USB ports, right,
in
total. So you even have, in the third row, 1 per side, so you don't all have to pick and choose which side you actually have a USB port. But
so in terms of availability, I mean, this was just premiered last week in Chicago. We're a week later in Toronto now. Mm-hmm. When are we talking about availability for the Grand Highlander?
So you're going to start seeing it in the summer of 2023.
And that's U.S. and Canada, or?
It's going to be both, available in U.S. and Canada around the same time. And you'll start seeing all 3 grades from launch. All 3 powertrains from launch in a number of grades, from your standard XLE to limited to this being the platinum grade.
And when will we know more about pricing?
Usually pricing comes out in kind of the month before the vehicle actually goes on for sale, so that dealers can start selling the vehicle.
Okay. So based on that timeline, I should probably get a chance to drive this and be in it late spring or summer, hopefully, to get a better idea of what this is about.
Yeah,
all right.
For sure.
So as we heard, this Grand Highlander should be in dealership showrooms by the summertime, and I hope to have a review or first drive of it sooner than that. So stick around to the channel to keep an eye out for it. And speaking of the channel, if you're not subscribed to it, please consider doing so. If you are subscribed, make sure you've rung the bell so that you're notified of every time I upload something new. That's it for now from Toronto, Ontario, at a special event held by Toyota for the Grand Highlander. I'm Novak. Thanks for watching.